world of television is changing forever as you know it. Maybe that's too big a thing to say there. Maybe not as big. But Sue Kwam's here to talk to us about our new technology upgrades that's going on in the community from United. Welcome, Sue Kwam. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael, for letting me be on today. I appreciate it. It's good. It's fun. We have so many things going on in the village. And one of the most exciting things that is happening is we're going to upgrade our internet speed. And we're going to have so many good things happening.
And that includes like television service, phone service, our internet, and all the things that go on here in the community that everybody uses. If you're watching us right now on Village Television, this is one of the things that's going to change in terms of how the delivery comes in the technology, right?
Absolutely. You know, what happened about 3 years ago, maybe 3+ years ago, we knew that the contract for cable service and for broadband service and internet service was going to end. And we had old equipment. And so do you just continue to move on with that sort of thing? Or do you say, okay, it's been 20+ years, we need to look at the new technology and what can we do to help our residents? And so this has been a long-standing committee, and it's been an issue that we've known for years would be coming, and so they've set aside money to be able to do this. Wish we would have set more aside,
Sure.
But that comes out of the residents' pockets, so you do the best you can with that.
And like anything in technology, or phones, or our actual televisions, nobody has a 20-year-old cell phone, and no one has a 20-year-old TV anymore. The technology is ever changing, and now the delivery system is what changed. And so you served on the committee for the overall, because this is not just United, this is happening across all of the village. And so you served on the committee, and the winner in terms of the company that's going to be providing this is Ting.
Right. And the village contracted with Ting Internet. And what we did was our staff has been fabulous, and we also hired a contractor to come in and assist us with this. Because what did we want? What did we need? And so it took a long time to figure this out. Should we continue to own our own company? Should we own our own fiber? Should we partner with somebody? Should we just say, the heck with it, we're going to go to a cable company like Cox or somebody like that? And all of those, the majority of those answers were no. It would cost our residents more, and we would lose control of our service. And so the village contracted with Ting Internet. And what we're going to do is going to be 4 times faster than the highest service we offer now. And that's 2,000 megabits. And currently, the highest one we have for $75 is 500 megabits down and 25 up. And what that means is this was not too many people took advantage of this one. They took the middle or the lower one. So when you're on television and you're waiting for something to download, you get the little buffering. This will not happen anymore. So it's symmetrical, 2,000 up, 2,000 down. So that means your Zoom meetings will go much better, all of that sort of thing.
Anything you send out, anything you bring in is going to be kind of lightning fast.
It will be, and it should last for many, many, many years. We should not have to upgrade. So what included with this purchase, we had lots of people say, don't take my TV away. I don't know how to do other TV, and I don't really want that. Well, cable has become more and more expensive, and it's also a dying industry. And it'll hang on with more commercials and that sort of thing. But people are streaming more. And so we wanted to have the option of letting people stream and have it be a good quality product. So with the TV being such a concern, many of these companies said, we don't do that. We're not in that business, we're cable. But the Ting said that they would partner with DirecTV. So this is just fabulous. You get a box. In fact, you get 2 boxes that will be sent to your home. And so for those people who are snowbirds, they just pack up their little box, take it with them, and they no longer have to pay whatever company they're using in their hometown because they will have access to DirecTV.
Right. So like I saw the box, and it's kind of like a large little rectangle square, but you can put it up and put it in a little carry-on bag or whatever.
Yes.
And like your DVR at home or the current one you have, when you record a show and you watch it back, but that doesn't get to travel with you. This is just basically kind of like a hard drive, where it's
Right.
like, and then when you plug in, let's say I go back to my home in Chicago or my place in Florida or wherever
Right.
I'm like I said, snowbirds, then you plug it in there, and then you just log into your account from here, and you're watching all the
And
television.
you're watching, and you're not paying a dime to the local companies.
Right.
Which is a very nice feature for people who do travel quite
Mm-hmm.
a bit. So we were really happy to get that. Now, people are concerned. They're like, I don't understand this yet. And when is this going to happen? This is a rollout of 18 months.
Right. It's real construction. It's putting new cables through the conduit and all of that stuff.
Well, we have the cables, which is great. What we're trying to do is match up with the proper equipment and that sort of thing. Oh, there we have a visual aid coming in to show you how you could put that in your purse.
This is the box we were talking about. This literally, this is the new set-top box that you're
Yes.
going to have, and it's recording all of your programming on here, and it also has your file information and all of your account information,
with
which is terrific.
DirecTV.
Right.
So that's where we go with that. So what we're going to do, another big thing for us when we were interviewing companies is like, what is your communication effort? Because our people, myself included, are not all wizards with this technology. We did not grow up with this technology. We've learned, we've adapted.
I was a kid, I turned on the TV and there it was. That was all there was to it.
Yes.
There was an antenna that brought the signal in. There was no cable.
That's right. And it will be like an app that you will select, like if you have Netflix and Prime or BritBox or whatever.
So there's Ting, load up my Ting and let's go.
Yes, you load up your Ting and you're ready to go. That is exactly right. So we're trying to do weekly rollouts on the village website. We have What's Up in the Village, they send out weekly on Fridays. We'll have direct contact there, Village Breeze, the Facebook page. We are trying.
Okay.
But do not panic, because this is going to take 18 months.
It's going to take a minute, and you're going to know. I mean, it's not like
Yes.
you're going to have to come into your homes as well,
Right.
right? So they're going to have to put this box in there,
Yes.
put the router in there, and the things like that. So it's when it comes, there'll be an opportunity to learn more and get oriented to
Absolutely,
it as well.
and we're going to have training programs, and it's going to be fabulous. The DirecTV launch isn't until the summer of 2026. So we're going to get the fiber upgraded and the equipment upgraded, and then we'll phase this. And the other thing about this that was really nice, which it was just such a surprise, a lovely surprise, is T-Mobile will offer a low-cost cell service. And we were told that it will be on the Verizon network.
Okay.
So when they came, they were talking about being able to purchase $10 Verizon service that would connect through the Ting service. And that's amazing, because right now I pay $70. So that would be a $60 savings.
That's a pretty good savings.
That's a significant savings. And of course, as time goes by, there will be increases, but what doesn't increase as time goes by?
course.
But we have it, our staff did a fabulous job in locking in prices for extended periods of time. So everybody worries about cost, and particularly now, I think people feel very uneasy about what is going to happen. And so we're aware of that.
Yeah,
and
well, change is a challenge anytime you say,
Right.
I know you've been used to this for the past 7, 8, 10 years, how long have you been here, but we're going to change it completely. And everybody goes, oh no.
Oh, no.
Then one more thing I have to learn.
I just figured out my remote, so I don't want to have to do this. And I was one of those people when I first got here. I hadn't used a big clunky thing like that in years, so you wanted to have that. So they'll essentially mail these to your home. They will ship them to your home, and they're very simple to put in. I can do it, and so if you can't, there will be staff available to help you with this and walk you through this. But it's just like how we Google everything and say how to do whatever.
Right.
It's going to be easy. So because we were able to use our GRF, which is the Golden Rain Foundation reserves, the cost will not be borne by the residents and saying, now you've got to come up with more money to help us.
There's no fees that are going to be implemented as a result of this, no
Yes,
specialty fees.
No HOA fees will be going up because they have that money, they've saved that money, they've been very prudent. And so they will be able to purchase this. Because we were worried, we were like, well, we have to borrow money. And, you know, and if you have to borrow money, that's big interest now. We don't have to do that.
Right.
And that was decided by a corporate vote. And that means that all the entities, United, Third Mutual, the Towers, Mutual 50, all agreed that this would be a wise use of the funds.
Now, we're going to talk about how this cost is going to be, but real quick, I want to take a beat here and talk about what the process has been like over the past few years of getting to here.
Oh.
What was how many companies and how many things did everybody look at, and what were some of the debates going on in terms of how this is all going to work?
Oh, yes. Well, I've been on the committee for 2 years, and it's been going longer than that. And so they tried to send people on the committees who had some sort of technology background, purchasing background, contract negotiations, that sort of thing, to be able to help. And Joan Milliman was our first GRF committee chair. And then we went to Martin Rosa when Joan retired. And Martin had worked with the trains and helping to implement some of this. So that was very helpful to have that background. From our side, Tom Tuning had done this at university settings, some settings, college settings, and I had helped with the rollout many years ago to fiber in Colorado. But
Okay.
I did the public relations side and the project management side. I am not your technology person. But so that went on, and so that was, we had to look at what material we had, what sort of fiber we had, what sort of cost we could actually do. And then I don't know how many companies they interviewed, but they sent first out a request for information. Then they did a request for proposal. And that involves a lot of work because you have all your specifications.
Right, all the specs you put out there for any company. Here's what we need, here's what it costs, here's what we have, and how can you do this?
Yes, can you meet this?
Right, can you meet our demands and our needs?
And our needs. So that took over a year, really, to come up with that and to decide, because we're tight. And it was like, can we do this in-house? Should we hire somebody? And so it was kind of your yours, mine, and ours type of situation to get the RFI and the RFP put together. But let's go on to the cost.
Let's talk about the cost, because it's a surprise, I will say, for some people. They go, oh man, what's this going to cost me? And it's kind of a bonus.
It is such a bonus. You are going to go, the average monthly internet cost is $40.95, as you can see on that chart. But if you're a mega user, it was $75 a month. So you've just saved yourself $30, and you have 4 times the speed, symmetrical speed going up and down the line. So that is great. And the broadband portion of your HOA is going to go down $4. And that's assessed for every manor in the village. So that's our $24.50. And many people still have the set-top box rental fee.
Right.
That's going away because you'll have DirecTV. Have TV will travel.
There you go.
And then the broadband capital expenses are going up, but it's still $71 versus close to $90.
Right, so the overall average that people are going to be paying will actually go down in terms of individual costs.
That's right. And if they select the offering for the cellular service, like I said, I pay $70 for Verizon. If I can get that for $10 in this company, I'm going to move and the same product, I'm going to move over.
Seems like a no-brainer there.
Yeah, that's right. So you could be you're paying $11 if that's what you decide you want to do, essentially by transferring some expenses.
You guys are making me want to move here.
Yes. I mean, this is such a wonderful benefit for our community. And for those who are still working from home and still trying to take classes or whatever, this is huge. Before we go on, I want to thank all the staff currently keeping our internet and TV services going, because this is hard when you're talking about change, and you're still working very hard every single day to make things go. So, you know, we have
and the equipment that they're nursing along right now. It's like, you know, it's spit, grit, and a lot of duct tape to keep things together until the whole system's in place.
That's right, and they do a very good job with what they have, and they will be able to do a better job with what they're going through. So then I want to, you know, just call out some names, because we're so good about just saying we did it and run on, and there's a lot of staff work,
Absolutely,
a lot of staff
absolutely.
work. So Paul Ortiz is our director of the broadband and the fiber, and Robert Carroll is just a fantastic fellow, and he did oversight in RFP development, grading. And I'm very sorry we're going to lose him. He is moving on in June, and he's going to have a happy life without us, and we're very sad about that. And then it also, you know, you don't just wing it on what the cost is. So our financial staff and their staff worked on that, and that's Steve Hormuth and Jose Campos. And then our communications director, Elise Rothrook. And then all the people who served on this committee, because there was a cast of many.
All right, absolutely.
Okay, so then we go on to village television viewing. I guess this is great. People want to know about our programs, and they don't want to have to sit there at 8:30 in the morning or 9 o'clock in the morning to catch what they want to know. So now you could go on YouTube, and it has all these subscribers, and you can get this.
Right, you can watch us right now on
That's
YouTube.
it.
In a couple hours from now, you and I will be up on YouTube.
Yes, any time of the day with your cup of coffee or your tea. So you just search Village Television when you go to the App Store, and you download the app like anything else.
There you go.
So that's been a major issue of the whole community, and it's a major win for the community. But now we need to talk about the more nuts and bolts of living in the community, and really we're like a city within a city.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So we have things that we like to talk about and things that we would prefer not to talk about. And we have problems with rodents.
Okay.
And I hate to talk about this. It's not
They could be chewing the wires for all we know.
They could be. So what has happened is we have a lot of fruit trees, and people love their fruit trees.
Sure.
And they have put them in, and some are very well maintained. And that is great that they are well maintained and babied along with their fertilizer and their trimming and this, but some are not. And they just, the dropped fruit is on the ground. You can see evidence of everybody enjoying a bite.
It's like a buffet.
It is. It's a buffet. And so what does that get us? More rodents, more mice, and then what's attracted to that? The coyotes. And so no, we have a lot of people coming in and saying, protect the coyotes, and other people saying, protect Fluffy, you know. And so if there's less food, perhaps that might help. But the majority of the issue is the rodenticide, which is what you catch, the rodents in, has gone up significantly, the cost. And then also there's always changing legislation in the California legislature.
So one of the new guidelines now is no new fruit trees.
Well,
is that what's going on?
Yes, it is. If you move in here, no more fruit trees will be added.
Okay.
But if there is a fruit tree that you have in your yard, it's good to go, as long as you maintain it and you accept responsibility for it. Some people come in and they're like, I don't want this. I would much rather not have to deal with this. But there's a cost to pulling out a tree.
Sure.
So we in United will bear the cost of that now if they want it to be removed. And this is just to help make our village cleaner, better,
All
nicer.
right, let's shift the gears, so to speak, to charging carports for EVs.
Yes, oh my goodness. This has everybody talking. Let's put it talking. There are the people who really want the increase in charge because they have gas vehicles. And we also have people who are saying, it's not fair. I don't have total charging capacity. So we had people come in and say, why should we be paying for Sue Quam's old hybrid, charging her hybrid? Don't use
Sure.
me as an example. When I have to go to the store and pay $5 a gallon or whatever that is per gallon, and so it was hotly contested. So we don't have the best infrastructure on our electrical. And the most you could get is 120 volts out of the carports. So that takes a very long time for cars to charge if they're able to do so. And so if you're competing with your neighbors to try to charge, and you also have like golf carts on the end, it's very tricky to do that. So they've been charging $240 since 2016. And so that's, what is that? $12 a month? 12 times 12?
Something like that.
Something like that. So the proposal suggests an increase to $636 per year. So that is $53 a month. And you can imagine when this came up in our committee, the people who are now going to be asked to pay this amount were quite alarmed.
All right. Well, we are running out of time, Sue. So there's also some interior flooring stuff we want to talk about, and also the budget process is going up, but we'll save that for another time.
Okay. All right.
So, Sue, thank you very much for joining us.
Yes.
And we'll have you back very soon.